Just got a new job and not sure how to let Medicaid in Texas know? Well, don't worry. This explainer has all the answers you'll need. Look, landing a new job is a huge, exciting milestone, right? But it also triggers a very strict, very fast-ticking clock with the state bureaucracy. And trust me, it's a clock you absolutely cannot afford to ignore.
So if you're feeling a little lost on how to report this change, you're in the right place. We're going to completely cut through all that confusing administrative jargon today. The goal? To help you protect yourself and secure your healthcare coverage without all the usual stress. Let's get into it.
Here's a quick look at our agenda. We'll start with an introduction to requirements, move into a step-by-step guide, and then cover where and how to report. After that, we'll discuss common mistakes, go over FAQs and troubleshooting, and finally wrap up with final steps.
All right, Section 1, Introduction to Medicaid Reporting Requirements. Let's talk about why reporting your new employment is absolutely crucial.
Okay, the magic number you need to remember here is 10. According to Texas Health and Human Services, you have exactly a 10-day calendar window to report your new job. But here's the real kicker, and a lot of folks miss this. That clock starts from the exact moment you know about the change. Not when you start working, not when you get your first paycheck, the literal day you accept that job offer, boom, the countdown begins. So what happens if you miss this window? Well, the stakes are incredibly high. Because Medicaid eligibility is so tightly tied to strict income limits, failing to report accurately can cause an immediate administrative nightmare, or even worse, the outright loss of your medical benefits. And it can actually trigger overpayment claims investigated by the Office of Inspector General. That means you might literally be forced to repay past benefits. In extreme cases where false info is intentionally given, it could even lead to criminal charges. Yikes. Let's definitely avoid that.
Moving on to Section 2, Step-by-Step Guide to Reporting a New Job. Now that we understand the stakes, let's break down the exact actionable steps you need to take to stay fully compliant.
Here is your simple action plan. Step 1, you're going to want to immediately jot down your new wage rate, your regular expected hours, and your employer's contact details. Step 2, have your employer fill out an employment verification form. And yes, you need to do this whether the role is part-time, full-time, or even just seasonal. Finally, Step 3, submit this proof within that super strict 10-day window we just talked about. To help decode the bureaucracy a bit, you really need to understand the difference between two critical pieces of paperwork. So Form H-1019 is your general report of change form. That's what you use to tell the state, hey, my circumstances changed. But Form H-1028, that's the specific employment verification form. That one is completed directly by your employer to confirm your wages and any job-related health insurance options. Honestly, just knowing which form does what is half the battle won right there. Okay, Section 3, where and how to report. What's actually pretty interesting here is just how many different ways the state allows you to submit this information. Texas actually gives you quite a few avenues to choose from, so you can pick whatever fits your life best. You can call 211 to do a telephonic signature, fax your documents, walk right into a local Health and Human Services office, or even mail physical forms to the Document Processing Center down in Austin. But I really want to emphasize this. Taking the digital route, like using the online portal or the mobile app, is by far the fastest and most reliable way to get this sorted out. The Your Texas Benefits platform is designed to let you seamlessly manage your case, either from a desktop computer or straight from the palm of your hand using their mobile app. The app is super handy because it lets you just snap a picture of your employer's verification and upload it directly. It completely skips the hassle and delays of the postal system, which is a huge win. So once you actually log in, what do? Well, it's pretty straightforward. You just navigate to the Manage tab, select your case details, and click the Open Change Report button. This launches an interactive guide that literally walks you step by step through updating your job details and attaching those verification documents.
Section 4, Common Mistakes and How to Avoid Them. Let's dive right into the common pitfalls that constantly trip people up, just so you can ensure a completely smooth experience. This is a massive mistake people make all the time. Trying to use their very first, often partial, pay stub as proof of income. Look, Texas Medicaid enforces something called the 60-day rule. Because initial pay stubs usually don't accurately project what your ongoing earnings will be, a first pay stub is specifically not sufficient proof for a brand new job. You absolutely need that Form H-1028 or an official letter from your employer instead. Otherwise, you're going to face some serious processing delays. And here is another major trap to watch out for. If your household gets both SNAP food benefits and Medicaid, please do not get tricked by SNAP's more relaxed, streamlined rules.
See, SNAP often only requires you to report changes by the 10th of the following month, and usually only if your income jumps over 130% of the poverty line. But Medicaid strictly requires reporting within 10 days of knowing about the change, no matter what the income amount is. Always, always obey that strict 10-day Medicaid deadline to protect your coverage. Section 5. FAQs and troubleshooting. Because hey, even with a perfect guide, life happens and technology fails. Let's look at some critical troubleshooting lifelines. First off, if technical glitches keep you from uploading online, or if your internet just completely goes down, call 211 immediately. They can actually process your change over the phone using a telephonic signature. And here is a really vital safety net to keep in your back pocket. If your case ever gets closed simply because you missed a paperwork deadline, don't panic. You have a 90-day reconsideration window. If you submit the required documents within those 90 days, the state can actually reopen your case without forcing you to do a whole brand new application from scratch. The state also offers some fantastic community resources to help you through. For folks with hearing or speech impairments, you can use Relay Texas just by dialing 711. Now, if you run into some really complex administrative messes, or if you have complaints about your managed care plan, the HHSC Ombudsman Helpline is available to step in and resolve those deeper disputes. And of course, your local HHSC benefits office is always an option if you just need to sit down and get some in-person help.
All right, Section 6, final steps and follow-up. We are finally at the finish line. Let's talk about what to expect after you hit submit and how to properly wrap this all up.
Honestly, if you remember nothing else from this entire explainer today, remember this one thing. Absolutely always ask for and keep a receipt. Seriously, whether you're reporting this online, talking to someone on the phone, or doing it in person, you need Form H-1800 or a date-stamped copy of your completed Form H-1019. To protect yourself from any future audits or annoying processing errors, you need hard, physical proof documenting the exact day you reported your change. Before we completely wrap up, I need to mention that this explainer is intended for informational purposes only. Please refer to official Texas Health and Human Services resources or consult with a legal advisor for specific guidance related to your unique situation. Regulations can and do shift, so it's always best to verify with the official sources.
So, what do you say? Armed with this knowledge, the right forms, and the correct timelines, are you ready to conquer the bureaucracy and safely report your new job today? Go get that documentation submitted, secure your peace of mind, and then go celebrate your awesome new employment. Thanks so much for learning with me today.